Sir Scrumptious. New. C. Clover 442,435 is waving, says KMLV. NATO, can you lead me to... C. Clover 442,435 is clapping. C. Clover 442,435 faciplants. C. Clover 442,435 goes in for the secret handshake, says CM Plus. V. Says Sadbell 011062. ABC, you be my mom. Says Sadbell 011062. ABC, to be my dad. Says CM Plus. VIP. I bleed 0T. Doing walls while holding. Says KMLV. NATO, lead me to Leon. S plot please. Says CM Plus. VIP. David TW78. Says Babik Grade 8. ABC, says Fondest Lemur 978. TTH for working at my school, says CM Plus. VIP, I bleed 0T, you can place it. Says Sir Scrumptious. Whole body listening. Says Fondest Lemur 978. Today we are going to learn French. Says CM Plus. VIP. David TW78. That's a pretty cool chariot design. Says CM Plus. VIP. I bleed 0T. Tie. Says Sir Scrumptious. Raises hand. Says CM Plus. VIP. David TW78. Or I guess it would actually be a carriage, I don't know though. Says Sir Scrumptious. Teacher. Says Fondest Lemur 978. Here is how you say hello. Bonjour means hello. Says Dwayne Ruggan. I'm gonna build the back rooms. Bois. Says Says Sir Scrumptious. I love learning new languages. Says Fondest Lemur 978. Laughs. Says James 891. Woo. Says CM Plus. VIP. David TW78. I just looked it up and it is in fact a carriage. Says Ishmoni 15. Anyone tell me what to build? Says Fondest Lemur 978. Me too. Says James 891. A Parker. Says James 891. Build a Parker. Says CM Plus. Peanut 7812. Anything. Says Dwayne Ruggan. A stone hand. Says Sir Scrumptious. Back to teachin'. Says CM Plus. Peanut 7812. Maybe statues. Says Ishmoni 15. Okay. Says C. Says James 891. KK. Says Sadbell 011062. ABC to be my parents. Says KMLV. NATO, can you lead me to Leon? S-plot only if you get to where I am, says James 891. ABC, says KMLV, please, says Fondest Lemur 978. Say come it means like, says NATO 556 by 45 JZ. ABC, says Sir Scrumptious. Come. Says, CM Plus, VIP, I bleed 0T. Says NATO 556. Says, CM Plus, VIP, David TW78. Do you have the Actions and Stuff resource pack? Says James 8. Says Fondest. Says, CM Plus, VIP, David TW78. Nice, says KMLV, NATO I, am at. Says Sir Scrumptious, does Al. Says, CM Plus, VIP, David TW78. It makes every life pet so much more lively. Says, CM Plus, VIP. Says, CM Plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, BRB. Says Sir Scrumptious, here you go, says Fondest Lemur 978, A+. Says Sir Scrumptious, home? Says Xbox XS 1539. Says Fondest Lemur 978, time for lunch. Says C Clover 442435, XX-510 has joined the game. Says, CM Plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, back, says NATO 556 by 45 JZ, can I be a new student? Says, CM Plus, Peanuts 7812, ABC if you have a TV as your house, says Sir Scrumptious, more students. Says Sadbell 011062, ABC. Says Sir Scrumptious, Yum Pizza, says Uncount 7713, ABC, says, CM Plus, Peanuts 7812, ABC if you have a TV in your house, says Uncount 7713, ABC, says Fondest Lemur 978, yes okay class lunch is over time for math, says Sir Scrumptious, Dooney. Says, CM Plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, I love the tiny elf on. Says, CM Plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, pet, says Fondest Lemur 978, okay what is 37 plus 56 raise your hand. Says Fondest Lemur 978, yes. Says James 891, raises hand. Says Wizarge 234,648, this not funny, says, CM Plus, Peanuts 7812, for some reason, Clicking the inventory button take a moment to open, says James 891. 91, says NATO 556 by 45 JZ, raises hand, says Sir Scrumptious, raises hand, says Fondest Lemur 978, NATO. Says, CM Plus, Peanut 7812, raises hand. Says NATO 556 by 45 JZ, 93, says KMLV, NATO lunch will be ready in 2 minutes, says Fondest Lemur 978, good, says Sir Scrumptious, 9333, says Wizarge 234648, nah pick me, says Wintermus 19, what? Says NATO 556 by 45 JZ, 12th grade reading, says Sad Bells, says Sir Scrumptious, NATO THJS, says Fondest Lemur 978, OK 2 times 2, says C Clover 442435, what, says Wizarge 234648, punches. Says NATO 556 by 45 JZ, raises hand. Says, CM Plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, ooh, says Sir Scrumptious, NATO my seat. Says KMLV, NATO we're late for daycare. Says Fondest Lemur 978, the seat is for 2. Says Sir Scrumptious, Shazes NATO, says, CM Plus, VIP, David TW78, for some reason, it doesn't work on the VIP pets that aren't vanilla mobs or player models, says NATO 556 by 45 JZ, bye, says, CM Plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, ha. Says Sir Scrumptious, he SRY teacher. Says Corpulent Cougar, any RP I can do, says Ishmoni 15, I built a skeleton it's a little bad. Says, CM Plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, like these, says Wizarge 234648, teacher, says CM says CM Plus, VIP, David TW78, it's too bad the Falcon doesn't have a fly mode, says Fondest Lemur 978, okay, time for pay follow me, says, CM Plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, IKR, says Sir Scrumptious, puts on hot dog sit, says, CM Plus, VIP, David TW78, that would be cool, says Ishmoni 15, I'ma build a slime next, says, CM Plus, VIP, David TW78, honestly, I kind of want Lifeboat to make a harpy eagle pet, says Sir Scrumptious, Imahuat Duog, says Subtotal Fiber 55. Says, CM Plus, VIP, David TW78, that's my favorite eagle because it's the biggest and scariest looking, says Subtotal Fiber 55, come look at my plot, says Fondest Lemur 978, laughs. Says Sadbell 0110. Says C Clover 442435, ADC, says Fondest Lemur 978, okay. Says, CM Plus, VIP, David TW78, I also want Lifeboat to make a pony version of the unicorn, says, CM Plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, FR, says Subtotal Fiber 55, guess what? I have one, says Sir Scrumptious, somebody eat me I got pee and blood, pee is mustard, blood is ketchup, says, CM plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, the warden pet though. Says, CM plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, oh, says, CM plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, says, CM plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, I see, says, CM plus, VIP, David TW78, for now, this is what I have though, says, CM plus, Peanut 7812, I don't build borders at my plot. Says, CM plus, VIP, David TW78, she's an alicorn and her name is Ali. Says C Clover 442,435, how to get VIP. Says La Belovest, money. Says Sir Scrumptious, Imahuat Duog. Says on count 7713, hi. Says, CM plus, VIP, I bleed 0T, hi. Says Fondest Lemur 978, now it is time for a field trip lineup behind me, says Wizarge 234,648, don't ask. Says C Clover. Says Wizarge 234,648, young sir. Says Bandit 1231, Fondest Ilmer can IPLZ join the Fleld trap. Says Fondest Lemur 978, sure. Says C Clover 400. Says Fondest Lemur 978. Says on count 7730. C Clover 442.